All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-market show. Happy Friday, March 8th. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday, and hope you're having an amazing morning today. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. Let's see what this Friday brings for us. The gappers list was a little lighter. It's getting a little better this morning now, as we can see here. And what a day it was. Hey, Norm, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Carlos. How are you?
Good, good, good. I said welcome to the pre-market show, but this part of the BPTH show. I mean, this just been unbelievable yesterday. So I'm sure that was the first stock I looked at this morning, just to see how things were developing here. But what a hell of a day it was. It's just, again, just crazy. We're watching this in the chat room live, and I never seen this live before. I mean, I've seen charts that look like this, but never really seen this action happening live. So it definitely was fun to watch. I didn't trade it, but it was definitely fun to watch this develop yesterday. All right, guys, let's see what we have for this Friday. Yeah, it sure was, right? I mean, it was something else. So let's go through it. Let's go through our watches from yesterday, see how things traded, what we had on here. I think we had some good moves overall. Oops, where my list of gappers go? Give me 1 second, guys. Low file pre-market. Oh, I forgot to put them always on top. No wonder. Okay, hold on a second. Get these gappers here, always on top, and always on top. Here we go. All right, guys, so here's what we had yesterday. Here was our list. I think we had a pretty decent list. I think some stuff was moving okay. So let's get our charts for yesterday here. Obviously, we'll start with BPTH since I have it up already. Again, just I think everyone knows how this trade is. Just incredible pop here. Consolidated in the morning around this 20, 24, 25 level. And then it just took flight from here after this consolidation. And it was all the way up to 70. The funny thing about it is that we were in the chat room. Me and Brian were trading live yesterday as Andrew is traveling in London. His connection wasn't great to trade. And Brian was saying, you know, this can get to 70. And we all laughed and said, ah, ha, ha, yeah, sure. And he was kidding around, obviously. And when it got to 70, I'd send him a text. I'm like, oh, you was right. You know, it's just unbelievable. So we already know what happened with BPTH. Let's look at HZMP. Was in our watch list as well. This traded very well. Again, it was very choppy at the morning at first. In the 1 minute chart, you can see it wasn't as clean. You know, few of the price action wasn't clean, maybe because a lot of volume was not there. The volume had died down, but I think this week here was the one that stopped me out. But then after that, it turned to be a beautiful a trade, just a nice little trend all the way up here, coming back to test this level and then taking off. So very nice trade on HZPN. You just need to have the patience on it because the price action was not as clean. BURL was a beautiful opening range breakdown. I did not see this one. It was a little choppy at first. You see here the 1 minute chart, very choppy. But once it does this pullback here, it becomes a beautiful downtrend. Just continues to drop down nicely all the way up to 144, 146. Then later in the midday, I was watching it for a reversal. It never came, so I was stopped out of that. But then it had another nice drop here. I saw this later on in the afternoon when I came back. A beautiful drop here to 140. So if you got in early here and survived, you know, waited for this consolidation to happen, you could take an advantage of this pullback all the way down to 140 and then right back up. So traded really well, really clean. A little choppiness here, but the open was nice with the opening range breakdown and also this drop we had here as well. KR was just choppy. It was very choppy at the open. We couldn't find anything on it. I took a trade, I think, in this area here. Then we took advantage of this nice little pop. Or was it, you know, I believe it was here. It was early. It was here, and we took advantage of this pop. Then again became choppy, and then it took off again. But not easy to trade. The price action was all over the place. You can tell by the 1 minute chart. Look at this candles, how they're just not clean, right? So very difficult to trade yesterday. BKS also turned out to be a bit choppy. Again, just the price action was not clean neither here. So I did not trade this one neither as well. PS actually broke out. After it broke out, we were talking about this live. After it looked like it was going to break out here, and after this breakout, it just took off. You know, it broke the high of day, took off nicely, never looked back, and it became a really nice move towards the top. It kind of put in a somewhat of a double bottom here, and also here you got like a consolidation happening. I think the 1 minute chart looks cleaner. Let me get that for you. Yeah, so in the 1 minute chart, again, you have this nice drop, this pull back to the moving averages, and then it takes off from here. So again, just a beautiful trade here. This is a V reversal. These ones are not easy to catch. V reversals, again, you can get faked out of them pretty easily, but a clear V reversal here, and maybe you don't get in this area here, but on this pullback could have been a good entry for the pop towards the high of the day. It gets right to it, consolidates, then it sells off a bit, just a little bit, and then it takes off again, and it goes even higher. So it turned out to be a good trade on PS. BPTH we talked about already. ARQ was actually really nice, not right at the open, but once they had this drop, Brian took this for a short right in this area here. So he saw it consolidating around the moving averages after losing the high of the day. He got in short and took advantage of this nice pop all the way down to 430ish or so. He sold everything there after partialing out, and then it comes right back up. Look at this reversal, clean reversal, goes above VWAP, and then just takes off all the way up to I think it was 7. I think it was higher than that. Hold on, if I'm not mistaken. But if not, I mean, still it went up to 6. Yeah, okay, so 6 something, so 615 or so. So look at this nice trend. So it's a beautiful trade if you were able to take advantage of this reversal here. Comes above VWAP, consolidates, and then rises the moving averages. So pretty nice trend trade there on ARQ. CU didn't do much, popped up, but then look at this choppiness, was not tradable, selling off a few times. I think this morning is definitely on watch this morning, has tons of volume, so we'll be looking at that today as well. So that was our watch list yesterday. Again, we had some pretty good moves on there, but the stuff I traded was not as clean as what we would like to be. All right, so let's get into our gappers list. Before that, let's look into what the SPY is doing this morning. Let's take a look at that.
SPY just fell off a cliff. The jobs report was just released at 8:30 Eastern. They were expecting 180,000. They were expecting for 180,000 jobs to be created in February. Instead, they got 20, which is about the worst number I can remember in a long, long time.
Wow,
so.
that is horrible. Yeah, that's way off. So so look at this. Yeah, so then this is some action today in the markets. You can see this huge drop Norm was just talking about. So we're starting, this is actually the most down we have started, over 0.5%. Usually it's been pretty flat the open, so this is pretty down today, as you can see here. So, and also we have had several down days, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be the fifth straight down days for the markets. As you can see here, just kind of like a double top. Brian talks about this in his weekly recap. We got a double top here, and then just sells off. So yeah, so definitely kind of showing a bit of a downtrend here, and then today with those releases, I'm sure it's not gonna help the situation. All right, so let's go into
the VIX the VIX is about doubled its decline in the VIX has increased about double what it was in the last 5 minutes. So should be an interesting day. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be an interesting day, especially for a Friday. Usually don't get a lot of crazy movements, but with that news, that could turn into something. All right, guys, so let's look into our gappers list. Let's see what we have going on over here. We got quite a bit now. A lot is popping up here. This could be also because the market's dropping. So you got some of the guys that are between 2% and gapping down 3%. Could be because of the markets. And then we have some other ones here like BPTH down 17%. Then you have one that's up 64%, up 12%, are usually trading independently. So let's take a look. Let's start with SEEL. So SEEL, it is up 63%, 4 million shares traded so far, so quite a bit here. Looks like it's losing it all though now. Went as high as what's this, 8? So yeah, so it's losing most of it now. And actually it ran up yesterday. So it ran up yesterday, a lot of it after hours. Look at this. This is the market close from yesterday. It's this dotted light blue line here. And look at this, just goes off all the way up to at least 6 just in the post market hours yesterday, and then here this morning went up to 8, and now it's kind of just drizzling down, losing it here. So definitely active. I'm sure this is a low float. Well, I'm not sure, but let's check. CU is definitely a low float. Only 800,000 shares float. So this is very low, very risky, very dangerous. We'll put it down here. But definitely in play today, has the volume. Looks like it's trying to hold this 447. We have that level from before. Where's this level coming from? Oh, it's the top of these days over here. We actually did it yesterday. The top of these days over here, we have that level right on there. So let's see if it can hold that in the pre-market and make a bounce here. We'll see how that develops. Next, we have BIG, BIG. BIG is up 12.2. 133,000 shares traded so far. see what we got. Oops, wrong. There we go. So big is 39 million shares float. So on the lower side, but not really a low float. Pre-market action looks a little bit flat right now. Needs more volume. Let's see the daily chart, how that looks. Oh, daily chart doesn't look great neither. This is very choppy. Let's remove some of these levels we have here. I guess from looking at it previously. But yeah, this is a very choppy daily chart. As you can see, just very flat. It had a couple of days where it did something nice here, but then here's has been pretty flat. So they must have some news to be up 12% because this doesn't trade that good. Let's see what the news is on big here.
Yeah, they had good earnings overnight.
Good earnings overnight. Yep. I see good retail earnings overnight here on big. This is Big Lots. Big Lots. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So so they got something going on. We'll definitely watch them. Hopefully, can get more volume. Only 135,000 shares right now, so we need a little more on that. Next we have MU. Let's see what MU is up to. So MU is down 2.2. This could be because of the markets, because the SPYs just dropped also, because MU been pretty flat and actually not trading too well, at least on the days that I'm watching it. Every time I watch it, doesn't trade well. When others watch it, it trades amazing, like this day here and this day here. So I'm not having any luck with MU lately. Right now, the pre-market action does not look great. Not a lot of volume, not clean. We'll keep it on here just in case, and we'll come back to it. AMD's up on our gapper scanners as well. 466,000 shares. And AMD is always going to have volume. Usually every morning you get about 400 plus in the just in the pre-market alone around this time on AMD. So it's very active. Not putting in a great pre-market action now. But again, just like we talked about, see all these negative twos here. These all could be trading with the market, not necessarily in play. Does not mean that they cannot put in a good possible opportunity for us to trade them. So let's remove some levels here. We'll get some fresh ones in a second for AMD. Next we have MT. I think MT is one of those stocks that's foreign. Yes, foreign stock and does not trade well. Very choppy. And this is what I talk about. What we talk about, not a good daily chart. Look at these gaps over here. See these gaps all over the place. This daily chart has no flow at all. I mean, look at this. How do you follow this, right? Up here, down. It's just not a clean daily chart. So when we say horrible daily chart, this is the perfect example of a really poor daily chart. So right now they are down 2.5. I'm sure the pre-market action doesn't look great. And yep, as definitely doesn't. Just not tradable. I don't like this stock. I'm going to remove it. Baba, I'm sure it's the same. Well, looks like all these stocks are dropping together. Baba actually has a good pre-market action. This is very clean here. Nice little downtrend here it's got going on. It's got some volume, 289,000 shares traded so far. Daily chart is not as clean neither, but Baba is a little more tradable than like a MT. So yeah, Baba has a clean pre-market action, so definitely going to keep this on here for now. A little higher price, 170. If I find something better within the range I like, between 100 and 40 or 30, even 20, I'll keep that instead of this one. I just prefer those lower price stocks. JD is coming up here. JD down 4.1. 295,000 shares traded already. Not a clean pre-market action, but JD is the type of stock, as you guys know, that it can put in not a clean pre-market action, but still give you a great trading day. So down to 4.1. It's quite a bit, actually more than most. And this list I just looked over, and this list is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. So JD, we'll keep JD on here. Is the SPY dropping some more? Let me get a screen of the SPY.
SPY's kind of holding down. It's dropping a little bit. I will say that the other thing, all these Chinese stocks got hit too, because China reported really bad trade data overnight. So that's kind of what's led to all the Chinese, Baba, JD, Billy, Huya, IQ.
Right.
All those.
Gotcha. Okay, this makes sense. All right, this no wonder why we're getting all these foreign stocks and stocks that look a little crazy on their daily chart. It makes perfect sense. So we'll keep JD on here. Next we have is Billy. Billy is down 4% as well. Again, not much volume, only 106,000 shares traded. Not the best pre-market action. Daily chart seems a little bit all over the place. Let's get some of these levels removed. I know I don't have shares for short on Billy, so it could be one that I don't watch today, but we'll keep it on here. we went from not having much to look at to a tons of stuff to look at in a matter of seconds here. So next we have Huya. Huya down 6%, 120,000 shares traded. Not much volume, not a good clean pre-market action. Huya was in play though a couple of days ago, right? Had this real nice pop here. Yeah, I believe I traded. I don't recall, but I definitely was one that was that traded well a couple of days ago. So I do not have shares for short on Huya, unfortunately, with my broker. So I am going to we'll keep it on here. We'll keep it on. We'll look at it. But probably I'm not gonna watch it. IQ is on. Wow, everything is popping on over from overseas, right? Is IQ a Chinese stock as well, I believe, or not?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, so it's everything's coming up here today. IQ 207,000 shares traded. I do have shares for short for IQ, which is usually not the case with my broker, but that's good. So we'll keep it on here. We'll have to pick the best ones out of these guys. They all seem to be doing the same scenario here, all gapping down.
I was gonna say they're all probably gonna move sympathetically. So
Yeah.
if I were gonna choose to trade those, I'd probably see which one had the right price range I wanted to work with, the
Right.
best volume and the best chart, and just stick to one, maybe two of them top.
Exactly. That's the way to do it. You don't need to watch everything. Pick the best one or two. And also, for example, great point, Norm. For example, IQ, I have shares to short, so maybe I'll watch that one instead of a Huya. I'll watch IQ instead because I could short that one. And the price range is nice, right? $24. That's a nice price range. So, yeah, good point there. What else we have on here? Let's go back to the top. Some more popping up. We have Roku coming into the scene. So let's check Roku. Roku is down 2.5. Not much volume. 107,000 shares traded right now. But it does have a, it seems to be putting in a nice little downtrend here. Also, the daily chart is great. You have a beautiful daily chart here. Starting to lose it a bit here. Topped out at around 73. So it's kind of coming back down now here. Could be because of the markets, or it just is ready to give us a pullback here. We'll see, but I do like Roku. We'll keep Roku here on watch. We'll find some levels for it as well. Next we have SQ. SQ is on here also, down 2.5, 104,000 shares traded. Again, just everything kind of doing the same thing here. Also, what I like to do in this situation is, if I'm gonna pick between two, I like to pick the ones that are NASDAQ opposed to NYSE stock. So I'm gonna look in here, and if two look similar and I'm on the fence, I'll take the NASDAQ over NYSE on the exchange column. Next, let's see what we have. All right, so next here we have all right, so we took MU, Roku, SQ, MT we don't like, Baba, we have JD, we have Billy, Huya, IQ, TLRY up on our scanners. I'm just gonna look at it. I'm not gonna even trade this. Just a stock that's just not manageable. You think BPH is bad? Yeah, this is worse. This went from, on this date, opened up, just to go do a little throwback here, opened up at 233, went as high as 301, 298, and then drops to 155, and then closes at 214. Yeah, that is insane.
Crazy day.
Yeah, crazy. I remember watching that stock here in the chat room. That was just unbelievable. So yeah, BPH, you're not the only one that can do crazy stuff. All right, so here we have a TRY dropping again, just moving with everything else as well. Next we have BPTH is on here, gapping down, but I think BPTH is not going to be tradable for the next couple of days, at least not to the upside, and I don't have shares for short. So who knows? We'll keep it on here. Be interesting just to watch for fun, see how this thing trades after having such a monster day. All right, guys, we got quite a bit. Let's look at the NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers. I know you guys were mentioning TORV and CO here. We'll look at those too. I think they're very active. Actually, let's start with NASDAQ NASDAQ gains over here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, here we go. So TORV is up quite a bit, 75%. That's nice. Yep, we have a, where I get this 832 from? Not sure, but shouldn't be here. Should be up here. So high of the day. We'll get some levels in a second, but yeah, TORV is definitely in play. What's the flow on this one, TORV? 1.9 million shares. So very low float. Let's throw it down here. Definitely active today. Seems to be popping up here quite nicely, holding this 7 at the moment where all the moving averages are at. Let's see if we can get back to the high of the day at 889, 893. So it looks good, very active, tons of volume, 1.6 million shares traded. Next we have Seal, also very active, seems to be holding this 447. We had this on our watch list yesterday. This is the one that moved in the after hours. Check this, after hours, it put in a nice move after the market closed. This is the market close here. And then this morning has just been losing what it made. So it seems to be wanting to pop back up right over here, getting above the moving averages. Definitely in play today. I'm sure this is another one that's oh wow, 800. This week has been the low float week. Norm, what do you think about that? This is low float week. I mean, BPTH leading the way, of course. And look at this, is trading very nice. This looks like it wants to get going here. So trading very nice, kind of putting a double bottom here. So yeah, this is definitely in play today. 5.1 million shares traded. So this is, there he goes, it's going. And
pre-market, it's already turned over its float almost 7 times.
At least, unbelievable. All right, so and I'm sure there's a lot of confidence out there, especially for anyone that has made some good money on BPTAs. A lot of confidence to take these type of trades. So that's gonna ignite some of these things today. All right, next we have SAEX. Has volume, guys, but again, with what we have here with CO, BPTH, and TORV, you don't really want to look at anything like this. This doesn't give you a good chance to trade, right? Why bother with that? So you always want to see the best one. TNXP also looks good. 2.5 million shares traded, moving nicely here. We'll throw this on here. TNXP, but really TORV is the one that I'm sorry, CO looks very good and TORV look really good, but TNXP also 2.5 million shares, up 41%. Let's see the daily chart. Yeah, daily chart is definitely can move. Oh, we actually had it before in our gappers list, you can tell, because I got some levels here. So that looks good for what's the float? This is a low flow, I'm assuming, as well. NXTP, sorry, TNXP 250. Wow. All right, TRCH, nothing happening there. DFFN, not much. SELB, nothing good. DSKE, starting to do something, but not much volume right now. AYTU, not much going on. Has some volume, but not a great pre-market action at the moment. MDCA, not much happening. NASDAQ active, CO we have, TNXP we have, TROV we have, NASDAQ ETF. We won't look at that. CYCC, that's a penny stock, but looks like it's got some volume, but we're not going to watch that one. TVIX obviously very active today with the market dropping. This thing's already popping up nicely here, so it will be in play today. Another ETF here, AMD we have. AMD's putting in a weird candle here. SHV, whoa. Guys, this definition of algorithms right here.
Awful.
Yep. Look at that. All right, so ALT has volume.
See that on $110 stock very often.
What happened?
You don't see that on $110 stock very often.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even check the price. I just focused on the chart. But you're right. What's the daily chart look like on something like this? Wow, look at that, guys.
That's some kind of weird treasury note or something. That's something weird.
Yeah, it's very weird there. So yeah, we'll stay away from that. ALT's it has volume and it looks like it could be in play today, down 7%. But we got so many great stocks down here on the low flow side that we can have. Look at these volumes: 5.1, 161. This one's not really in play right now. Just have it on here just for fun. But 1.6 here and 2.6. So tons of volume on these stocks, all gapping up nicely. 50, 85, 75. These are the ones you want to watch. ALT might be doing something, but the action right now is on these three we have down here. TRV's taking off. TRV's taking off as well, leaving that 7. So that's good. All right, guys. So let's see what you guys have on your end. Anything that's not on here, we're going to go through this again in details, find some levels, get rid of some of the ones that might be duplicate, like IQ, Huya, Billy, you know, JD. Some of these stocks are repetitive, and we'll pick the best ones. So let's see what you guys have. So KR, ARQ. All right, let's start with KR. KR is doesn't have much volume right now. I know it had a A decent day yesterday. Again, bouncing back here after dropping all the way to 24.50. So that's nice. Might put in something good in the pre-market or later in the day, so we can come back midday and take a look at that. Next we have ARQ. ARQ was nice yesterday. Brian traded this one we were mentioning earlier. Again, just turned out to be a really nice trend trade. Look at this, just beautiful. So that was nice. Today, today's not doing much. Today's pretty flat. So maybe later in the midday can do something, but right at the moment, not looking great. We'll look at Apple. Apple is what is Apple up to? Yeah, I think it's kind of moving with the SPY. Norm, thoughts on Apple? What do you think on this one?
You know, I haven't traded Apple since December still. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a pretty good daily chart. I know it gave a couple of people in the room a good trade yesterday. I've been trading NVIDIA in its place, but I'll probably dive back into it pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty decent. The morning's not a whole lot, but
yeah, yep. So Apple looks good. I'm not gonna put it on here, guys, because I have way too many, and I already in the price range is a little higher than what I like to trade. Although I traded BURP yesterday and BURL, and that was a higher price, and it was okay. So slowly getting into it, but not my preference. CORN, let's see what CORN is doing. I like CORN. It's a one out of all the past, I think it's my favorite one, and CGC. Right now, it has a little bit of volume. It's dropping down a bit, 2.9. But again, it just doesn't look great at the moment. Let's throw it on here. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. See what it does. All right, anything else, guys? TORV, yes. Tau 1777, yes. TORV is definitely in play, popping up above 8, guys, right now. So yeah, this is definitely in play today. So yeah, I'm doing some major moves here. So that's in play. DWT. DWT is has volume, but the pre-market action is not as clean as everything else on here. Yeah, it has the volume 827. The pre-market action not as clean, very gappy and choppy here. So I would rather watch a TORV or a SEAL. What is SEAL doing? Yeah, these two look a lot cleaner. When you have a pre-market that is looking like the actual stock is open, you know, this is great here. This is what you want to see. So so yeah, let's see what else. All right, so EB, no volume, but for now, yeah, EB, yeah, it has no volume, but you're right. Wow, it's dropping quite a bit here. So yeah, this is interesting. This big drop down 28.3. That's quite a bit. So that could turn into something. Right now, it seems to not have volume, but it could pick up later in the mid morning or at the open. What we have to do is also look at our scanners as well. ACB is dropping here down 2.9. Albert, the one thing I don't like about ACB is that it trades very choppy out of all of them. It's like a APHA. Doesn't trade the best. So again, but not doing much right now. It has the volume, but the pre-market action doesn't look too great. So what a CGC is doing, just since we were talking about the past stocks here. CGC also down 2.6. Again, they just seem to be stuck within this range. After they made this huge move here, they haven't really done much. It's kind of stuck within this range here. But again, that can also be active. All right, guys, we got quite a bit. Let's go through this list. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, so BIG, let's start with this one. So BIG, 174,000 shares traded right now. I'm on the fence on this one, but I like the fact that it's up 12%. So let's find some levels. We have a gap also here. Nice gap that we might try to close. I'm gonna pick the bottom of this date over here. That's the closest date to this gap. So 39.39. Towards the bottom, we have this level right over here as well, 34.12. And below that, you have the previous day, I'm sorry, the low of this morning, 33.01. So very three clean levels right there. You got the high of the pre-market sitting at 36.20. So we'll mark that as well. Yeah, so we'll see. Pre-market action looks pretty flat, but this thing could move though, right? This is 30. This is 36. This is 60 cents drop here, so it could move. Just it looks pretty flat for me at the moment. Maybe because the volume. Maybe it doesn't have the best volume right now. Only 174,000 shares. It needs to pick up a little more. MU is down 2.3, but I'm not going to watch MU now. I'm going to wait for MU to hit our scanners because I think we have way too many, and this could be moving with the SPY. Same with AMD actually looks a little better. Hold on. I was going to do the same with AMD, but I might watch AMD because it looks a little better than MU. probably because it just has more volume, right? So towards the downside, we have a clean level right over here at 2101. We also have a moving average coming in. It's sitting at the pre-market right now. Pre-market low is 2142. I'm not sure how long that's gonna hold, but I like that level because it's very close to the bottom of this day over here. That's why I'm going to market, because even if it drops below that, and it creates a new pre-market low, it can come back and use that level as resistance. So we'll mark that one down. Whoops. Now that I put that in, we'll just throw it here. All right. So we got two levels there on AMD. I like AMD right now. I like the way the 5-minute chart is looking here. So we'll keep that one. Baba, I don't trade stocks this high. Baba is trading really well. It's dropping nicely here. So let's find some levels towards the top. I know David from Connecticut is probably going to be watching this. This is a stock that he watches on a consistent basis. So it's got to be a good thing for him today. Bottom of the pre-market 171.20. So let's mark that down. And I have the top of the pre-market 174.24. Then I have a level at 170 from this date over here. We have 170, and I'm gonna mark down this moving average. I don't think it drops this much, but just in case, we got a moving average, 200 daily chart, 200 moving average, I think, coming in at 168.36. So we'll mark that down also. All right, guys. But I like the pre-market.
Say Baba, like I said, Baba's the one I chose out of that group.
You did, yeah. It looks clean. It looks very clean. So I like that one. JD doesn't look too clean here, so I am going to remove JD at the moment. It doesn't look as clean, and JD could be choppy. TRV, guys, hitting 873. That one is moving nicely. You can see it down here, 880, nice. So JD, let's get rid of JD. It's just way too many. Billy, I don't like Billy because I don't have shares for short, so I'm gonna remove that one because again, we just have way too many on here. Huya. Volume 139, getting close to 140. I'm on the fence on this one. Let's find some levels, but I'm really on the fence on what we're going to do with this stock today. So, but let's mark some things on here. We have the low of the pre-market is 2340, so we'll mark that. High of the pre-market at the moment also sitting right at a moving average coming in 2465. If we lose this one, this 2340, what's the next clean level we have? Right over here we have this one here. This level 2235 supported by this day here and these days here, you know, closing there, hitting there, then selling off and almost opening at that level. So 2335 is a great clean level on Huya. So we'll keep that on there for now. IQ is starting to look good. I don't usually trade IQ. I think it trades very funky. Try to stay away from it, but let me not be biased on this beautiful Friday. So we'll be nice. We'll have a level of 2355, bottom of this date over here. We have a moving average coming in right where the price action is at, but I'm going to mark the low of the pre-market at 2450. So we got some clean levels above that. Previous day low, previous day close, all that listed on there for IQ. I do have shares for IQ. Let me just check how many shares of IQ do I have for short. Yeah, I have plenty. Very, very interesting because usually that's not the case. So Roku is also looking good. I like the way it's dropping. We know Roku could put in some really good moves. We got a moving average coming in here. So we'll mark this moving average. I don't usually mark moving averages, but this is so clean. I like that one. 67.30. And then we have what's the best drop here? So here, guys, right? There's not a clean level down here, right? These are all kind of just moving up slowly. So you got to try to find the best one possible. I'm going to pick this one, 64.63, because you have this day, you know, stopping right there. These days consolidating there. And then you got this one, just a beautiful spike down and a push right back up. So 64.63. Then towards the top, previous day low, previous day close. And you got the previous day highs all listed on here. So really clean stuff there. All right. So Roku looks good. I like the way it's dropping now. Let's see if we can hold this previous day low we have here. Let's see if we can do that. SQ is also looking good. All right, let's do some levels for SQ. SQ guys, is a stock that can trade very choppy, so you got to be careful. Low of towards the bottom, we have a level at 70.20. Right, we have these days consolidating the last day on that level right there. Below that, we also have 68.11. Look at this moving average coming right in here as well, where the price action is at now. So we can mark that as well. Let's mark that. Actually, we'll just mark the low of the pre-market at the moment. It's very close to it. 71.72 or 70 now, low of the pre-market. Might crack it. Let's see if it can hold it. Above that, we have anything clean? No, above that, not really much clean. The next one is you have the low of yesterday right over here. Previous day closed, and tons of levels up here. This is very congested. I don't think it'll get up there, but I'm not going to remove them now, because if I remove them now, then I'll remove the ones I did. So I'm not going to do that. All right. What else we have next here? And then Cron. I'm going to take off Cron because I just think we have way too many that are moving very nicely. Cron right now is pretty flat, so I'm just going to get rid of it at the moment, although it looks like it wants to sell off nicely, but I don't have shares for sure anyway, so we'll avoid that. All right, so CEO high of the pre, I don't think CEO is gonna wants to go back up, looking very weak. So CEO high of the pre-market 801 right now. See some levels over here towards the top. Okay, we got this one here. This is a recent IPO. Let's check. Oh, it is. It's going back only to this year, mid-January. All right, so this is all the levels we have, guys, right here, really. So not much to work with, but we have the 447, which is respecting it very nice here. Look how it consolidates here, takes off, comes right back to it, takes off, bounces back again. Might want to test it one more time, and then look at this 656. You know, gets to it, takes off, comes right back down, and drops again. So pretty clean levels on here. All right, let's see here. Oh, Lee, that's perfect. So Lee, see, this is the great thing about being in a community. You can just learn so much. So Lee just tells me if I click on here, I can click on the X to remove one line. So if you click on here, click on this X here, or click what I have to click. I can remove one line. Oh, but I thought this X you could click on it. All right, so we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, definitely want to learn how to remove some lines, and not all of them will be great. All right, so so what else we have? BPTH losing it. I don't think it's going to be in play today, but I'm just keeping it here, guys. Not because I'm going to trade it or anything, but I just want to watch how it trades today after having such a crazy day.
Entertainment value.
Exactly. I want to get the popcorn out later after 11:30 and watch this. TORV. Wow, TORV is making some moves here. Look at that, breaking the high of the day. This can go. Let's get some levels in here. So I'm not going to mark the high of the day now because we're about to break it. I believe. It looks like we are, at least. Do we have any levels up here for TORV? Okay, we have a gap. We might try to close. So this stock is no stranger to high prices. All right, so 997 is the next possible resistance here, and then it just takes off here. I'm gonna mark down this level here. Though it's a pretty high 14. You know, that's. Don't think this is gonna put any BPTH move today, but let's put 1251. And also the open and close of these 2 days here. You see how this day is closing here, and this one also opening here and closing lower. So we'll mark that one 1109 as well. All right, let's see what it does here. What do we have next? And TNXP. And yep, guys, I'm gonna get to the chat room in a second. I know you guys have some other ones I'm gonna look at as well. TNXP, we have popping up nicely here. Looks like it wants to break the pre-market high. See, this here is just craziness. It's madness. So to try to get a daily level here, it's not going to be the cleanest, but I'm going to mark this one here. Going to mark also the top of this one, you know, as best as I can. And then this one over here. So 5, 456, and 396. We'll mark those. And towards the bottom, we have a consolidation happening here in these 4 days. So I like that. We'll mark down 297. And then below that, really, you have this date over here at 251. So yeah, so we have some okay levels on there. Let's see how that develops. Towards the top, we really have that 396 is the next clean level. Nothing really clean in here. So we'll see how that develops. All right, guys. So anything else that we have not looked at here? We found some levels for what we have. And then we can actually take a look to see if anything else is trading better. OKTA, no value. Go ahead.
I'm going to have my eye on Costco today. They released earnings, and it kind of went crazy last night. It needs the volume today, but like we talk about sometimes, that's normal on NYSE stocks.
Yeah, agreed with that.
Roku, I don't know if you have Roku on your list, and then EA yesterday went insane midday. I think it went on a 5% run. So there's no volume on it this morning, but that's common for EA as well. So I'll have those on my list just to keep an eye on them for the day.
Yeah, no, EA put in a really good move here. And I remember EA, I saw yesterday too, because sometimes when you log back in the afternoon, your charts keep the old stuff you had there before. So EA was there, and I looked at it, I'm like, holy cow, look at this move. It's just beautiful here. It's just nice little pop. So yeah, EA is looking good the last several days. Just trading very, very well, which is nice. Okay, yeah, Roku I have here. I think Roku is setting up to have a day today. So look at this gappers list. What is going on? The madness. All right, we got some pot stocks coming in. APHA, Cron, CGC's up here. So we looked at some of these already. Nvidia. What is the SPY doing? SPY selling off. So that's what it is, guys. Usually anything between 2 and 4, it's because the SPY selling off that's creating that. So it's just all over the place right now. All right, so let's see anything else, guys, that looks really good with volume. We gotta try to be really picky today because there's just way too many. PYX. So PYX Brent, that's a pot stock. I did not know that. Okay, good. Yeah, right now no volume. But again, just kind of has the same daily chart as Cron and CGC, though, all just coming down here a bit. What else we have? It's Nvidia here. EB. Someone mentioned EB. Let's look at EB. Yeah, EB also, again, everything's just capping down. This one's, wow, 29%. I think we looked at this earlier. Yeah, this is 29%, but doesn't have the volume at the moment. All right, guys, so let's try to get this list a little smaller. Way too many right now. So let's see what we can get out of this. 1 second, guys. So let's start with big BIG. BIG is let's see what I got here. So yeah, I like this one. I like that it's up 10%. The pre-market action though is not great. It had 170,000 shares traded earlier, only 30,000 more, so it's not really very active. What do you think about this one, Norm? BIG.
I've got it on my list. I didn't expect it to be super active before the open, but I think it should have some good moves today.
Okay. All right. So
I'll have my eye on it. It can move a lot, so watch share size if you trade it.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Let's take a look at it. AMD is dropping nice. I like AMD here. Left is 2142, so I'll keep that one. Bob is also trading well. I'm gonna watch Bob. I think he's trading really well. Huya. I'm on the fence on Huya, but I think it has potential. IQ. Also, IQ and Huya are kind of trading almost identical. Roku, I like Roku. Roku's starting to get some serious movement here. Good pre-market action. SQ, I might drop SQ actually, because I know SQ could be very choppy at the open too. So I'm going to drop SQ. From the low floats, again, BPTH just here for entertainment. I just want to see what it does. CO looks good. I'll keep that one on here. TORV also looks great. Breaking the high of the day. Looks like it wants to go higher. TNXP is also interesting. So we got 3 of them that are really interesting, guys. Definitely not going to trade all of them or any at all, but I'll watch them. So I'll keep those on here. So that'll be set for the low flow stocks. Let's look what you guys have on your end. Anything COST? Yeah, somebody did mention COST earlier as well. Let me look at that. COST doesn't have enough volume right now. Very high price though, 225,000 price ticker on this. So yeah, very high price, guys, and the volume is not there. The pre-market action is so too. It looks a little bit flat, so you want to be careful with this type of stock, and this thing could move a couple of cents on you too. So not a favorite. It is up 3.9, so it's up quite a bit. That's a lot for a stock that's trading at in this range, but again, just I don't like the price action on this one. And then a few mentioned OKTA as well. OKTA right now down 7.8. 112,000 shares traded. I'm not sure what to tell you about the pre-market action right now. It just looks...
I think it's mostly in that block trade back there. I see that one candle.
Oh, yeah, right here. Yep, there it is. You got 63, almost 63,000 shares traded right here, and the volume is already 112. So it doesn't have clean volume, guys, clean pre-market action. So it's nice that it's dropping 7.8. We want to look at this later in our Trade Ideas Gappers breakdown or breakup. But right now, it's just the pre-market action doesn't look too great. All right, guys, way too many. I'm going to stick with these, what I have right now. I have the BIG, AMD, Baba, Huya, and IQ, and I might pick one of these two. Not sure which one yet, and then Roku. I think that's going to be my watch list for today. I think we have a lot, and watching our scanners today for an alert is going to be important because things are going to be moving in all sorts of ways today, so we're going to have to watch that closely. Jimmy, so yes, great question. Will I be watching these for an opening range breakup or breakdown? Yes, that's my favorite strategy. So at the open, I'm waiting my 5 minutes, maybe between 3 minutes and 5 minutes, you know, is what I want to get into a trade if it presents the perfect opening range breakup. So that's my #1 strategy I'm going to look for, and see what we can get out of that. And then from there, we can look at ABCD patterns, bull flags, all that stuff starts forming right after the 5 minute mark. All right, so Andrew's watch list, he just posted it in our chat room. He's watching MU, SQ, Huya, and BIG. And the low floats, the same three we have: CU, TROV, and TNXP. So that's Andrew's watch list. Andrew is trading. He would have been trading live right now, but again, his connection is not great. So when he tries to connect and stream, he gets disconnected. So, but that's his watch list today. Very similar to what we have. Again, it's just way too many on these gappers list, guys. So you can't look at everything. Pick the best ones. Be picky that fit into your price range, your criteria. Also, make sure you can, if you have the option. For example, I don't have shares to short on Huya, but I do have shares to short on IQ. So I'd rather watch IQ opposed to another one. So make sure you keep your options open. All right, guys. Norm, you have anything to add or any announcements you want to make?
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Carlos.
Good morning, guys.
Oh, hey,
can you guys hear me? How's that?
We hear you very good.
Okay, excellent. So I'm not going to share my screen, but I'll be on the mic. So you guys, if you want to trade and announce it, do it. Feel free to do that. I'll try to make a trade or two. My internet connection is not great. It's just that I have no problem with my DUS platform, but just streaming my screen is just a hassle. And but otherwise my DUS works perfectly. I don't think I have any problem with my trading platform. So I apologize about that and yesterday and the day ago. Yeah, so MU, what I like about MU mostly is it just trades a little bit better than AMD. AMD, it's a lower price, and you have to scalp it 5, 10, 15 cents. MU just moves a little bit nicer. I have a love and hate relationship with both MU and AMD, honestly. And sometimes when I pick MU, AMD trades much better. When I trade AMD, MU trades nicer. So I don't know. I mean, it's just both of them are a semiconductor. Both of them kind of trade together at the same time. As you know, the market is selling off mostly because because the China export was low. I mean, the news that came out, the China export was significantly lower than expected. So the market is kind of selling off. For that, you have to be careful that again, you're getting into the volatile, time of the market. So if the YouTube people are still hearing me, hi, and feel free to join us if you want. And then we have this trading challenge that we have. We start from March 15th. So if any one of you want to get into the trading challenge, feel free to join us. I actually have a lot of ideas. I mean, the data that we can get from trading challenge, we can analyze that data later. Who was the winner, and the winner, how many tickets he had, what time of the day he was trading, and we can actually get a really good information from the people who are joining this trading challenge. And it's not only just announcing a winner. I was thinking last night that from all of the people, we have over 30 people right now signed up. You can actually get a lot of good information how people trade and what was the problem of the losers and what did the winner actually do well. Yeah, so if you're a member, you can definitely join that for sure, but you have to pay that $25 because the money goes into DAS. And if you win, definitely we can come up. And if we get a lot of people, like right now we have over 30 people signing up, so we might actually give more than one prize. You know, I was thinking maybe it's only 5 or 10 people, then we give one. But if it's only 50 people or 60 people signing up, we might actually give the top 10 or top 5 people a prize or something like that. So yeah, having said that, I mean, if you have any question, we might actually, Carlos is going to record a video about how this challenge actually works. So the way that works, we give you a special username and password from DAS. It comes with 2 accounts. The first account is going to be just practice for 1 week, just play around. For those of you who don't know the DAS, you play around and see, you know, what's the hotkey, how to set up the charts and stuff. We actually give you access to a class 1 to know exactly how to work with the platform. And, you know, if you blow up your account in the first week, you can reset that. But in the second week, one of the accounts will be deleted. The second week, that account is locked, so you can't reset the buying power. You can't reset anything. So Matt, I mean, it's a good opportunity for you to come. I mean, $25 for 2 weeks DAS is actually a very good price. We don't make any money out of that. It all goes into DAS. And DAS has to pay that to NASDAQ too. So that's another thing. I mean, that data feed, it goes into NASDAQ. So, you know, if you want to see the platform and see how actually you can trade on that, it's a good thing. It's a cheap investment, really. Jung, you can get the link. I mean, if one of you guys can post the link. Jung is really good with signing up and trading challenges in different time. I mean, Jung, you were telling me that you sign up for another trading challenge with your wife account, with your in-laws account, and yourself. You do it only once, Jung. Yeah, no. Can you post that in the announcement section too?
It's up there. It's a little high at the top. I'll post it again right now.
Oh, perfect. Thanks. And Brian is looking at the low floats, SEL, Trove, and TNXP. So something I wanted to mention that, guys, because a couple of people emailed me yesterday. Don't be careful of this. I know I saw BPTH move from $20 to $70, and I was looking at Twitter, and a lot of people, you know, posted a lot of amazing P&L. It's amazing, but be careful, guys. I mean, I personally believe you can be a full-time trader, make a living out of trading without touching these garbage low-float stocks. And don't get the fear of missing out. I personally got the fear of missing out that, oh, shit, I could make a lot of money on that. But yeah, you could lose a lot of money too. When these stocks get halted on the way down, you know, it got halted at 50 and then it opens at 20. You know what I mean? You can blow up your account really, really easy. And most of the people you see on the Twitter, they don't post when they're blowing up their account. They post when actually they are, you know, they make a good money. So I personally believe you can become a full-time trader, make a really good living, just not touching these, pump and dump and manipulation stocks. But again, it's up to you. If you want to trade, someone lost $600 with 20 shares. You know, you have to be really careful. You know, I'm doing it right in front of you day in and day out, not touching these stocks. So I know the fear of missing out is big. But remember that all of these penny stocks, you know, it's just these. If you want to trade them, you have to trade them really, really small size. They are really volatile. Yeah, I mean, Carlos. You know, a few days ago he made $3 grand on BPTH, but when you look at his trade, he actually managed the risk really well, and he traded exactly what he, he learned and he practiced. He didn't really gamble on any of these. You should definitely not average down on these, because if they start selling off, then they just go down forever. It's not like AMD or MU that institutions or algos or market makers start buying them. You know, when the stock start going down, it just go down to zero. There's no buyer. People who really pulling out their beats. All right. So yeah, so we have we have a few minutes open. So what about you guys? Carlos, did you post your watch list?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it right now. So I have big AMD, Baba. I'm on the fence between Huya and IQ. I might drop one, and Roku, and then I got some of the low flows you have here as well. So I'll have those, and I'll be watching the scanners also, see what pops up there as well.
Nice. No, London isn't raining. It's actually such a beautiful city. I fell in love with London, and it's just so much culture, so much history, and you know, people are so well dressed in London. I'm actually very impressed that people are very classy in London. It's such an amazing city. This is the first time I fell in love with this city. Yeah, it's the first time I've been only to the airport, but. But it's pretty damn expensive, guys. I went to a breakfast, and you know, when you go to breakfast in North America, they give you water. I mean, just they fill up your water. They give us water. It was £5 per bottle. It was just crazy. You know,
Oh man.
Yeah. No, Darwin. I actually no. I have better dresses. The time right now is at 2:25, so the market opens at 2:30 in the afternoon, which is pretty good if you have a job.
Andrew loves that time
Teacher
frame
about-
instead of waking up at 6 in the morning or something.
Oh man, I'm so sick of waking up at 5 o'clock.
All right, guys on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We're going to get ready and start sharing our screens with the chat room here as we get ready to trade live. Make sure you comment and like, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.
So thanks YouTube. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate that. And hopefully, if you want to check us out, you know, we don't want to try to sell you anything, but if you'd like to be part of the community, feel free to check us out. If not, see you on Monday morning.